So, Gandhian nonviolence has always been misunderstood because, I was just looking at this post by a friend on Facebook that to all the left wingers, Congresses, and Gandhi supporters, if we'd had the Gandhi way, then Kashmir would have been given to Pakistan and this and that. So I assume that I figure that the reason that Gandhi was and is hated so much, and his ideals more than him, because people think that being non-violent means surrendering yourself, your wishes, and your desires, everything you want, uh, in the name of non-violence. So uh, basically, that giving up everything in the name of non-violence is what people think Gandhi was about. That non-violence is paramount, and whatever you have to give up in the name of non-violence is okay. But if you really look close, you will find that that was not his message. In fact, on quite the contrary, he was the one person was who had the highest among many other people. He was the one. He consistently and thoroughly supported freedom for India, and he did not give up on that desire. He wanted uh, more control in the hands of Indians, and that too not like the power hungry men of Congress, you know, but truly in the hands of Indians and not himself. And he did not give up on that dream of free India in the name of non-violence. If anything, he was the one person who was able to contribute most to that dream by unifying the entire country, which for heaven's sake was so divided on different matters that at the end, even after so much of his effort, there was a bifurcation of the country in the name of religion. But the history of India is not the focus of this video. So, coming back to the misunderstanding about non-violence, I think what people think about non-violence is as giving up all your interests is absolutely wrong, and what they don't understand is what it actually signifies, or what it means is there are essentially two ways of getting what you want. There are always two ways of getting what you want. Now, getting what you want means there is somebody on the other side from whom you want it. In the case of Mr. Gandhi, it was the Britishers. Now, there were two ways of doing it. One was, standing face to face with the against the Britishers, and turning it into a fight, and then letting might decide that who would end up winning, or doing it without violence, without creating conflict, getting the point across that okay, this is not going to happen. You really don't want it to happen. But if I'm Gandhi, and you know, if I'm trying to resolve this situation in my favor, it's not by creating a conflict against Britishers, but instead getting my message across that okay, you guys cannot stay, and you guys do not want to stay, and the best choice for you is to leave the country to ourselves, to the Indian people, and give them the freedom that they deserve. And that's the best choice for you, and to get that message across without creating conflict. That's the essence of non-violence. Similarly, everything that you do in life, every time you have to persuade someone, basically what you're essentially saying is you want something from the other person, or you want the other person to do something that may be for you, for himself, or for both, but you want him to do something. Now there are two ways to go about it. One is, standing face to face, creating an opposition out of him, and then creating a conflict out of the whole situation, and then turning it into a fight, and then resorting to might at the end of the day, to decide who wins, so to say. Another way is approaching it in a way, in a non-violent way, so you don't give up on your interest, but at the same time you want to get there without creating a conflict. And that is the essence of Gandhian non-violence: getting to what you want without creating a conflict with the other side.